Now to look at some of the useful methods, we also have an append method that appends whatever we pass the argument to the end of the string builder, and it also returns the string builder object. The append method is so heavily overloaded that it will work with any argument. If the argument is an object, its toString method is used. So if an object is an object of the object class, then it is converted into a string using the toString method, and it is appended to the end of our string builder object. We had a look at the length method. It returns the number of characters in the string builder. We had a look at the set length method that sets the length of our string builder object to a certain length. It sets the number of characters in this string builder. This may result in truncation of characters at the end or addition of null character. As we saw that when we reduce the size of a string builder, it reduces, or we may lose information in that case, because it can truncate the characters at the end, or if we increase the size to the more than whatever their value in the string builder is, it might add null characters at the end of our string builder object. We have a character at method. We pass on an index to that method, and it returns the character at the location index. It works the same as our string methods, or the method with the strings that returns us the location of a certain character from the string. We can also set the character at a certain position in our string builder object using the set character at method. We pass an index to it, and along with the character, it sets the character at the particular location to the character. We can also print our string builder in reverse using the reverse method. The sequence of characters in this string builder is replaced by the reverse of the sequence and also returned as the value of the method. The string builder has an insert method. As we saw, we pass a position along with an object or a variable to the insert method of the string builder class, and that object or variable is inserted at that particular position in our string builder object. It inserts x, for example, starting at the location of set in this string builder, and also returns this string builder as the value of the method. It is also heavily overloaded like the append method. By that we mean that we can pass any value to it. It can be, as we saw in the example, it can be a float, it can be an object of the object class, it could have been a string, or we also passed doubles, integers, and it was able to insert all of those values into our string builder object. The string builder also has a delete character at method. We pass on a certain position, index position, and it will delete that character at that location index. It also has the delete method where we pass on two arguments, the starting point and the ending point. So delete all the characters at locations starting at the start point up to the end -1. The string builder also has a substring method. It returns a new string of characters from this string builder, beginning with the characters at the specified index, as we can see over here, and extend it to the end of this string. We can also have two arguments, pass two arguments to the substring. It returns a new string of characters from this string builder, beginning at location start and ending extending to the character at index end -1. Thus the length of the substring is end minus begin. If you remember, works the same as our substring method for the string class. You can also use the toString returns the characters of the string builder as a string, as we understand. And finally, before we look at the example code for the string builder functions or operations, when do we need to use the string builders instead of the string class or the string objects? If you make a lot of changes, for example, thousands of changes or additions to a string, it is much more efficient to use a string builder. For example, if you are working with data, you are working with documents or text, then you might want to change some of those text. And if you have like hundreds of thousands of documents with text that you want to make changes to, then you can use the string builder. If you are simply examining the contents of a string, then a string is at least as efficient as a string builder. For incidental use, such as creating output lines, use strings. They are more convenient. This will conclude our discussion of string builders. We will look at different example applications of the string builders methods. To look at the example applications of the append method, we have this code where we have the different objects and variables initialized to certain values. We have a hello stored in an object of the object class. We have a goodbye string stored in a string object. We have a character array that stores an array of characters. We have a variable with a boolean value, a variable with a character value, a variable with an integer value, a variable with a long value, a variable with a float value, and a variable with a double value. We have created a string builder object named last buffer, and we have initialized it to a certain string. And we have another string builder object that is empty at this moment. Now what we are doing over here is, like the insert method, we can use the append method that appends these objects and variables to the end of the string builder object. This will append these objects and variables to the end of our string builder object. If you see, for example, this will come at the start of the object. The value of this object will come at the beginning of our string builder object. That will be followed by a new line, and then the string or the value of the string will be appended next, followed by a line, a new line, and we will then append the character array. We will then append the new line, followed by a bunch or a part of the character array, and we will go on to append the rest of our variables. For example, the boolean value, the character value, the integer value, the long value, the float value, the double value, and then finally the last buffer, that was the object of the string builder class, that will be appended towards the end of our string builder object. If you want to print what the final output will be, you can print the object using the toString method. What we need to know is that the new variable or object is appended at the end of our string builder object. If you see over here, so we needed to add a new line over here, but we understand that we start with the hello, that was an object of the object class, as you can see over here. Then each of these new variables and objects are appended to the end of our string builder object. So we goodbye, and then this is our character array, this is our partial character array, this is our boolean variable, the character variable, the integer variable, the long value, the float value, the double value, and then the buffer object. The point over here is that, as we said, that this is a heavily overloaded method. We can append any kind of object or variable with any data type to the string builder object, and eventually it is printed in the form of a string. So we get a string at the end, but we are able to build the strings that we need. These are modifiable strings, we can modify these. Unlike the object of the string class, the objects of the string builder class are modifiable. We had a look at the insert method, but we can also delete characters at certain positions from our string builder objects, or we can delete a bunch of characters from our string builder objects. As we can see in this example, that if we want to delete a certain character from position 10, then we can pass on that position to the delete character at method on the object of the string builder class, and we might be able to delete that character from our string builder object. If we have a look at this, we had our string builder object, we inserted certain values into it, and then we are now deleting the character at position 10, and this is our position 10. If you can see, this 5 has been deleted from this builder object, string builder object. Similarly, we can have a delete method that will delete, that takes 2 arguments, and it will delete the characters between these two numbers. So it will start from position 2, inclusive of 2 and exclusive of 6. So it will delete the characters 2, 3, 4 and 5. 2, 3 and 4, 5. It will delete 4 characters from our string builder object. As we can see, let's run the program again, and if we look at our characters 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you look here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these have been removed or deleted from our string builder object. As you can see, 0.333, all of these have been removed from our string builder object. We can also replace the characters with another bunch of characters. For example, if you want to replace these 3 characters or with this new character for our set of characters, we can use the replace method. Let's run the code again, and now we can see that those characters have been replaced by the not, but it has overwritten our following character. So let's try to not delete this, but instead of deleting this, we will just replace them. So if we replace them, now we are able to since in the previous case it was deleting these characters, so these were the characters that were being replaced, and in this case these are the characters that are being replaced with this new set of characters. And finally we can look at this example of string builder characters, where we are able to manipulate different characters inside a string builder object. So we are given this object of the string builder class. We have initialized it to the hello there string. First, if we want to print the string builder object, we can print that using the toString method. And we want to print the characters at certain positions inside this string. So we want to print the character at position 0, and we want to print the character at index position 4. Similarly, we have an array that is equal to the size of our string builder, and we get the characters from our string builder and copy those characters into the character array, and we'll see that it copies the whole of all of our string builder object into this character array, and we can print that character array, and we should see that it is the same as our string builder object. Similarly, we can set the character at a certain position to another character. So for example, if we want to replace the small h with the capital H at position 0, we can do that with the set character at method. And if we want to replace the small t with the capital T, we can do that with the set character at method by passing the index position of the character that we want to replace and with the new character that we want that character to replace with. And finally, we also saw that we can reverse our object of the string builder class by calling the reverse method on that object. Let's look at the output of this code. So we print the string builder using this toString method. The character at position 0 is H. The character at index position 4 is O. The characters are hello there. Now this one is printed using the character array. So what we did was we took all of the characters from our string builder object using the getCharacters method, and we copied those characters into our character array. And when we printed the character array, the output is exactly the same as our string builder object. And in this case, we are replacing the small h with the capital H and the small t with the capital T using the set character at method. And finally, we are able to print our string builder object in the reverse direction using the reverse method by calling the reverse method on our string builder object. And as we can see, we can print the object in the reverse direction. So this concludes our discussion of the string builder